On Tuesday night, the Spurs took a 3-2 series lead over the Timberwolves with a commanding 126-97 win. Victor Wembanyama had 27 points and 17 rebounds on an efficient 9-of-16 shooting from the field. There was also discussion prior to this game about the elbowing incident that took place in Game 3. For those who do not know, with 8 minutes and 39 seconds left in the second quarter of the game, of Game 3, Victor Wembanyama came down with an offensive rebound. Both Jaden Daniel and Naz Reid attempted to swipe at the ball. In the process, Victor Wembanyama swung his right elbow, catching Naz Reid in the neck and chin area. The play was subsequently reviewed and deemed to be a flagrant foul penalty too, and that resulted in an ejection of Wembanyama. Many believe that there should have been an additional fine and or suspension, but the league decided against both. Let me ask the people's champ, did the league make the correct decision not fining or suspending Wembanyama?
No.
You think they made the incorrect decision?
Yeah, I mean, I knew they weren't going to suspend him, but you kind of got to find him.
Yeah.
You got to find him. Just for the simple fact that when it happened, he ain't even know he was getting kicked out of the game. It's like, you just find him for not knowing the rules. Like, yeah, you won't forget now.
Well, so let me intimate, because I've heard some people insinuate that. Here's what I think. English is not his first language.
Mm-hmm.
I think that he may have asked him, does that mean that I'm kicked out because of the word that they use? I don't know that he knew ejection. He might have, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think he might have known the rule, but I don't know that he knew ejection, and maybe the phrasing might have confused him. Because, because you got to remember, like, everybody uses, like, different cadences and,
right, yeah.
Like, depending on what region of the country you're from. So I'm going to defend Victor a little bit on that. I tend to agree. I thought that they should have fined him more than, they give you an automatic $2,000 fine when you get a flagrant foul. But, $2,000 to an NBA player, even one on a rookie contract, is like,
it's just
you don't even recognize that on your check.
This is again, man, on the list of things that pisses me off about Adam Silver, that that just adds to it, because we understand that in a Western Conference semifinal series, with the stars involved, and your other Western semifinal going to be brief. Like, we get it. Like, we understand that you're not going to suspend Victor Wembanyama.
Sure.
But you kind of got to at least make it look good.
Right, yeah, I know.
You know what I mean?
You got to at least be like, come on, bro. You
like, a $50,000 fine would have been like, okay. So then it at least looks like you're not just flagrantly saying we're not suspending Victor Wembanyama, because we all know that they weren't.
Right.
And the fact that people
Naz
are
Reid's neck and chin ain't really that important.
Yeah, but again, it's the dilemma that you have, and the nuance that comes with a debate like this, where it's like, you in an environment where we constantly talk about the stars not being available for the playoffs.
Sure.
Why the hell are y'all clamoring for the biggest star left to miss a game on a suspension? Like, that just doesn't make sense to me, which is why I kind of figured they weren't going to suspend.
Oh, yeah.
But the fact that, he should have got suspended. I'm like, we all know he should have, but we should have all known that he was not going to be.
I agree with you. I would have been fine with a fine. I didn't think he should be suspended.
Well, I heard a lot of people calling forward to, of course, you got your Draymonds of the world. You got your Kendrick Perkins of the world. You got Oklahoma City fans of the world that definitely wouldn't have mind him sitting out for another game. But I've heard some significant chatter that, he should have been suspended. Again, I don't agree.
I'm kind of with you. I thought an additional fine would have been appropriate. I really didn't think it was as egregious as a lot of people thought it was. He definitely flung an elbow. There's no doubt about that. And I thought that a flagrant foul penalty too was appropriate. And because he was ejected early in the game, I think that should be factored in.
Yeah.
I also think that the fact that he doesn't really have a history of doing anything like that, I think that matters.
Yep, for sure.
That should be factored in as well. Because Draymond got a history.
Because his history was factored in when he was finally suspended.
Draymond got a history, bro. You was running around kicking dudes in the Johnson for several years, bro. You on camera,
curb stomping, folks.
Like, bro, come on here, man. Like, yes, but I do think that you have to you got to factor all of that in. And I thought that, that they did the right thing by not suspending him. He definitely threw an elbow and you can't permit that. So a flagrant foul penalty too. There was definitely wind up, impact, all of the predicates that exist. What you got, nephew?
I was just going to ask, because I'm of the same ilk. I think because of when it happened in the game, that they're going to suspend him. So the question I have for y'all is, do you think they would have suspended him if, per se, it happened in the fourth quarter?
I think that would be more on the table. I think it would have been more on the table. I don't know that they definitely would have, but I think it would have been more on the table. I think it was kind of like the Jalen Carter, not to, again, make the cross sports analogy, but Jalen Carter, the spitting incident with Dak Prescott, because it was like right at the beginning of the game, they essentially called that the suspension since he was ejected. I kind of felt that way. But yeah, I thought about that, nephew. I was like, if that happened in the fourth quarter, I might actually feel different. I might be like, it was happened late in the game. They didn't really miss him for the game. But I felt like because it happened with 8 minutes left in the second quarter, he basically missed the entire game. He only had 4 points. And Minnesota benefited. They benefited from the fact that he was out for that game. So
yeah, I don't know. I think a lot of it would probably depend on the outcome of that game.
Sure, that too. I think like that's a good point too. All of that, I think it should all factor in. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that it's okay to be nuanced when you're talking about suspending somebody for an important game.
Well, we know they've done it before,
right?
I'll leave it at that.
Yes, indeed.
On the 10-year anniversary. I'm sorry about that. I'm gonna leave it all the way alone.
Yeah, man, leave it alone.
Leave it all the way alone.
Brian Hive is watching.
I didn't mention anyone's name.
We know what you talking about.
Hey, man.
Hey, man, I'm just saying, dog. The Brian Hive, they still hot on my heels, so I'm leaving it alone, bro.